let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Scottish guy. Let's talk about Drew McIntyre. All right, Drew McIntyre. So, this man's been on a run. He's cutting sharp promos. He's putting on banger matches. Pretty much, really, really. I think it started with his stuff with CM Punk last year. Um, we kind of felt the momentum go here. It's kind of shifted a lot, but is Drew really carrying WWE on his back right now, or is just the internet really hyping up this heel run? So let's debate it. Let's start this one off with you, Twitch. Then we'll go Cliff, then Lou, then me.
Carrying it on his back, I feel like is a bit of an overstep, but this man is definitely a creative genius. He is. I feel like he's able to adapt to just about any situation they put it in, and he makes it work. Like one way or another, he puts on hell of a good matches. We talk about that all the time. I want to see more. I like Drew. I like that he's back. I like when he was in NXT. I felt like he adapted to being in NXT really good. I, I feel like just about any storyline we put him in is a good storyline. It's not like we get 2 weeks into it and we're like, oh, I'm bored with this. Like I support Drew as a creative genius. Lou, what do you think?
I agree with you. If you go back to when he was trying to think of the words, and I'm just like lost.
It's okay. Words
Back,
are hard.
but back the what'd you say?
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Trying to remember the group back in the day that he was part of before they cut him, and then he came back as this dark
3MB.
3MB.
3MB. There you go. Like he had to change his whole personality, and now he's learned to adapt, and everything that he is put in front of him, he knocks out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I will put it all on Drew. I think finally, like, creative is like finally figured out like how to like give him something that he can kind of sink his teeth into, and this heel run is definitely like on point. So, I mean, and yeah, you do have a point, Lou, about like the 3-man band. Before that, the Chosen One, right? Even though that song was fire, 100%, like could never turn that down. Um, but so when he got cut and he went out to the Indies and kind of figured himself back out and came back. Like this has been like the run that like has established Drew as that guy, and I'm here for it. Like he's doing great, he's doing incredible work, and I just love that like he's being more collaborative with a lot of other people to like help him like get more heat because like I don't know if you guys knew or not, but when Sheamus came back and he was looking a little fluffier than normal, the burger after burger comment was something that Sheamus told Drew to say.
Yeah.
And so that's what I kind of like is that like he's being more like, all right, cool, we can say this, we'll do this, we'll get that. We're seeing the collaborations work together, and the fans are getting behind him and giving him a big push. But I definitely think that at this point, man, it's Drew's ability to get people to believe in what he's doing.
So yeah, I agree. Pretty much a combination of what everybody said. There isn't a story as far as since Drew has turned heel a couple years ago that he hasn't like put on a 5-star quality work. Period. The stuff with Punk, the stuff with Cena, the stuff with Cody, like the stuff that Drew does is real fire. The stuff with Randy and Jelly Roll, Logan Paul, like the stuff Drew's done has been really really good work. Now on the flip side of it, it's just Drew doesn't have the wins to back it up, and that's why I don't think he's really carrying the company. Drew, even though he's putting on these great stories, he's always at the end taking the L, and I feel like at some point it's the run kind of loses its luster because all right, it's the same old in a sense. Like we know Drew's going to give us good fire promos. He's going to get social media involved. He's going to be a troll, And you're gonna get, more or less or not, you're gonna get at least a 4-star out of 5-star match with him every time, point blank. It doesn't matter who you put him in there with. Drew puts on bangers. So there's that, but he's always taking the L, and I think that's my whole problem with this whole Drew run is that he's the guy where there's just a lot of bark and he don't back it up in the ring. Um, I really felt like, just for the fun of it, maybe like have Drew beat Cody, uh, you know, this past month, just to shake something up to give Drew something, just so he's not just fodder to Cody, and like that, I think Drew can be more than just a fodder heel that we put up to the babyface champion for him to take down, kind of like
Yeah.
what Kevin Owens was. He was just babyface fodder. You knew he wasn't going to win, but he was a big enough babyface to, it'd be cool to see you win. Maybe I'll have some hope in that, So yeah, I don't think anything wrong with as far as Drew as a creative genius, as far as his promos, as far as his in ring ability. I want booking to throw him a bone, if per se, like throw him a bone, give him the opportunity, let him roll with something. Like he's really still has yet to have a significant world title run. I don't care. Like they can march his stats and and stat pad him all they want and say 2-time or whatever 2-time world champion. When what he's probably ain't been champion more than what 3 months in total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like don't bull crap me and say, oh, he got it in Philly with fans. Yeah, and he got cashed in on 5 minutes later.
Not even.
Like right. So it's like, like nah, man. Like give that man a legitimate run. Like the Cena heel run should have been what Drew was doing with the title. Let's be for
I,
real.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Like
Like that should have been Drew.
that man really got the shaft when he got his title run with the Thunderdome and COVID and all that shit. Like the man could definitely use some wins in his column. The Scottish psychopath gimmick as a whole is amazing. Like you have it dialed down to a T. Now it just comes down to you needing some wins in your column.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's not
But I
many.
also feel like there was a lot of missteps though, like especially with that Scottish psychopath, the movement wise, like the whole like he came out with a sword, and although the sword was cool at first, like it really kind of took away from him because there was like more people were like excited about seeing that, and then you guys have a lot of good points about like the wins not being there for him, even though like he's always a credible like threat, whether he's a face or a heel. He's always credible, which I think is what WWE looks at versus like we don't have to give him a big win because he gets like one or two big wins and then that kind of carries him on for that port. It feels like he's on the opposite side of Seth Rollins, where Seth doesn't need the wins because he's just bulletproof, but also like Drew is kind of bulletproof too. But if you gave him a couple wins, like it would just I feel like it would just tighten him up a little bit more.
Not many people are going to come back from the three-man band gimmick and get something like the Scottish psychopath and make it work.
I'm gonna say 2 of the 3 members of 3-man band are world champions.
Yeah.
I mean, they both had to leave and like get big as shit. I don't how they did it. I don't
Themselves.
care, but but yeah, they came back and they were like,
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
yeah, facts.
All right. Final thoughts on that one.
Thumbs up all the way for Drew, man. Like I like what you're doing. Keep it up.
Facts.
Give him a dub, bro.
Back.
That's my final thought. Like, because I think it's without question that he's a great talent. Like, just give him a dub. You feel me? Like, that's my final thoughts. All right. I don't know if the comments are looking, but I want to feel that.
What's
Said
up,
good
bud?
evening. Good evening, all except Chaz. There you go. That's what the comments look like.
Anyway, let's move on to temp check. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod, _ X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, I'm gonna walk away and you're gonna play another video.